before the high holidays, about a week or two, I used to correspond also with Rabbi Farfel, the Rosh Yeshiva. And Rosh Yeshiva is the head of the yeshiva. I used to correspond with him, and so he knew my address, and he sent me money for expenses to go to Bialystok. But it wasn't enough money to get a bus. He told me to get a truck that goes to find a truck that goes to Bialystok with certain things. And that way will be enough money for that. So I remember paying 2.5 zlotys. I had somehow found either my cousin or my brother. They found someone in a huge truck. And the truck was empty. It was going to be ours to pick up a load. So the truck was empty, and I was inside the truck. It didn't have any windows. And it was so hot in there. But it took me about maybe 5 to 6 hours in the truck. I was a youngster, I didn't mind it. And I came to Bialystok. And then he let me off, and I asked where is the yeshiva, and the people advised me. And I had a letter from the Svinchaner head of the yeshiva, and they read it, and they accepted me, and they arranged for me to stay till after the high holidays in a private home. They had also dormitories, but they were full, and they couldn't put me in there, so they arranged in a private home where I could stay, and I came to study in the yeshiva. This was completely different than in Vilna. In many ways. Number one, I look at everyone, they have the side locks, payas called in there. Everyone has payas. And everyone has the tzitzes hanging down from the garments. In addition, they used to swing when they studied. Swing from back and forth when they studied. And I didn't see it in Svinchaner, and I didn't see it in Vilna. So and the place was not clean. The place where they studied, it was not in Vilna. There it was clean. You could eat from the floor. And there was dirty. Then we came down to eat. The food not comparable. You can't have more than they give you. It's one. This is all we have. You eat, and the food, the taste of the food, was not special taste. But I was hungry and I ate. But it's not comparable to the food in Vilna. Then I became sorry. I was in Vilna and I had a wonderful place there for everything. Why do they have to come here? So I comforted myself. It's only for a couple of weeks. Then I'll go to Krinek. Maybe in Krinek will be better. Sure enough, a week later, the all head of the yeshivas, of the small yeshivas, are gathered there, and the Rosh Yeshiva from, Rabbi Farfel introduced me to the Rosh Yeshiva from Krinek, his brother-in-law, and we continued studying. And the services was very, very nice. The high holiday services was very nice. And after but the only thing was a terrible thing happened. Erev Yom Kippur. I had at my place where I stayed, I had one tomato, a normal fresh tomato. This was all I had there. No bread, nothing else. The way they were feeding was the older ones, 20-year-old, 35 or 25. It came to my turn, I was from the youngest. Because the older ones, it is a mitzvah to eat as much as you can the day before Yom Kippur. So they took second hands. By the time it came to me, was nothing left. I went out, there's nothing. Of course I'm going to fast, but I have to eat something. So I went back to the place I stayed and ate the tomato. And that was my meal to fast the next day. I'll never forget it. Anyway, after Yom Kippur, I went with a droshky, it's called. It is like a private taxi here, but this was with 2 horses and a wagon. So it was called a droshky. The wheels were leather, so you didn't feel the stones on the road. From rubber, I mean, not leather, rubber wheels. It was called a droshky, and also it was covered the top. Like they had similar to something like they had I see on television many times, where the people would go from one city to another in 2 or 4 horses in front and a wagon with a covered wagon. And this was like a similar thing. And it didn't cost me nothing. He probably paid, the head of the city paid for it, and went to Krinek.